Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Moralai Shemayo. This is the MeWe Metaphysics and Wellness Fairs for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest and online, and we interview our practitioners and vendors so you get a chance to know who we are before you meet us at an event. I'm here today interviewing Grace Evergreen. Grace, it's lovely to be with you.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here.
So tell us, what is it that you do? What do you offer at our events?
At your events, I will be offering energy healing and angel readings. And as far as energy healings, I know there's many different types out there. I work primarily with the Healing Angel Protocol, is a new modality that's come online, as well as Reiki and IET, integrated energy therapy, whichever one the angels kind of direct me to use, but primarily through the love of the angels and the energy from the divine is they direct me on which energy I'm going to be working in.
Yeah, so maybe can you share a little bit more about like what this is? How do you experience the connection with the angels? And if it's like how you into all this too, if that all fits in.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I basically do is I connect with my client through the space of love, unconditional love. We center in our heart and we pull in a feeling of unconditional love that maybe they've had with a parent or a pet or someone in their life, a spouse, or just that feeling they get when they connect with their divine. And through that space, we connect, and I become what's called the hollow bone of healing. And that basically means my own will, I step aside and allow the angels and high level beings to be channeled through me, whoever wants to show up for the highest good of that client. And then we go from there, whether it's energy, whether it's information, whatever comes through, I'm just directly reporting to what they're showing me and what they're saying to me. I generally visualize and I hear, and sometimes I'll get a scent or a taste. And it's just information I just pass on from them to the client and without me processing or filtering it in any way.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I mean, so I know energy can get shifted in so many ways, right? Sometimes saying something, right, can be very shifting. Is there are there things that you're aware of that you do more on this physical plane or kind of this energetic plane here at this physical plane that impact things, or is it all just coming from the angels and you don't even quite know what it is?
Generally, I'm not really sure. They will tell me to bring in different things like crystals, or I'll have certain sprays, like I have a rose spray, I have a violet spray, and they may ask me to bring in certain essential oils. They'll kind of direct me in that moment to what that person actually needs. And sometimes I don't even, there's no hand position. Sometimes I'm just putting my hands on the client's shoulders just to connect in the physical, because I feel some clients need that. And they do all of the work. It's really this pure kind of channel for the divine, from the divine to the client. And I just kind of follow instructions. I'm just kind of their sidekick in the sense of, if it's oils, if it's sound, if it's warmth, if it's crystals, whatever they're calling for, that I have access to, I will bring that in.
Mm-hmm. Great. And if it's sound, is it voice, or are there instruments, or what do you?
I do have a singing bowl. A lot of times they'll refer me to a frequency to tell the client to listen to, or I'll get a knowing. Sometimes, a lot of times before the session even starts, I'll get a knowing of what I need to prepare and ahead of time. If that's playing that frequency type of healing music on YouTube, there's tons of them, and which is great. And so I'll have that playing as the client comes in and we talk, and the client themselves will actually give me what they want to work on for their highest good and healing, in a way of, I want to open my gifts more, or I want to heal, and be more open to the world, or I want to feel love more, or maybe they have a chronic illness they want to heal. whatever their intention is for the session, we'll set it in the beginning, and then the angels will just bring in whatever that client needs in that moment.
And how did you get started doing this? My sense is, of course, you were open in a whole bunch of ways before you started officially learning, but yeah, how did you? Yeah.
I was very open when I was a kid, but like many of us intuitives, I was really shut down by my family and the people around me. And but in 2007, I was diagnosed with a chronic illness, and I was determined not to be, oh, and this is Angel. She does help too with healings. She is her own energy being. But I was determined not to let it live me. I was going to heal this. I knew I could. And since then, I've been on the path of discovery. Many of us start with Reiki. It's the gateway healer kind of drug, so to speak. And that moment, everything transpired me to make really big moves. And once I met my current mentor, Phoenix, she channeled the Healing Angel Protocol from the divine. And that is really what got me to, I think, evolve in such a faster rate than I was evolving without it. It's beautiful because it allows me to bring in all of my gifts, all of my tools, all of the energy I've learned. And it allows me to bring that in to really tailor a session. So no two sessions are ever the same. And it's just whatever that is for the highest good of that person in the moment.
That's great. And then do you teach people too?
Yes, actually, I teach people how to learn the Healing Angel Protocol, whether they want to be a practitioner, whether it's them to personally, to discover, themselves, to do some cellular memory clearing, we work with sacred geometry. So there's 3 different levels in the basic course, and even if you take it just for yourself, it is quite astounding and healing, and it will kind of catapult you on your path wherever you're headed. And then if you decide to be a practitioner, we have a practitioners page, and we share, for people to find the practitioner they're more comfortable with. And it's just a lovely community. We are a community. It isn't just you learn it and you go and do it. We connect, we share, we give each other healings, we support each other. It definitely is become a larger and larger community to serve the greater good.
That's great. That's great. For those of you listening or watching, I think we have an interview with Phoenix too. So I'll double check, but I think that we might, to the mentor that you're talking about. Yeah, it's great. Well, anything else you want to share about, like, do people come for very specific things? Like, are there set things that they typically start with you, or people working?
I find, yes, a lot of clients more recently is dealing with a lot of anxiety and depression. Sorry, that is
Angel's participating.
Angel, she's doing her thing. And they want to have freedom from always feeling sad. They want to find ways to heal that part of themselves from a different angle. A lot of my knowing, I kind of rooted in psychology. And so a lot of my information and understanding of how the brain works comes through. So, and how it protects us and how it kind of prevents us sometimes from living our best life, and how we can work through that, as well as, people wanting to open up to their gifts. How do I connect to the divine? And is it possible? And yes, it is possible for everyone. And I think people just wanting freedom from what they've been given, what they've been told, what they've been given. I have a few clients, long-term clients, who are working on chronic illnesses and how to heal them. I've healed an aggressive form of rheumatoid arthritis through this process. And so it's possible. This is just one of the facets of how to do it, but it helps really kind of cement the commitment of that client's purpose and whatever they're looking to do.
Great. Great. If people want to find out more about you on the web, where do they go?
Right now, they can email me, graceevergreen@outlook.com. Graceevergreen.com is in the works, so it is coming. It is not complete yet. We revamped a lot of things. So probably by the end of March, graceevergreen.com. But for now, graceevergreen@outlook.com is a great place to find me.
That's great. That's great. And they can also experience your work at mewefairs.com, MEWEFAIRS.com. I'm excited to have you be in our community and more people experiencing your gifts.
Me too. I'm grateful to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.